So for this video, I decided to make my character, my cleric that I made in my last video, his weapon. And I'm going to be making a spiked mace. Here is a prototype of what it's going to somewhat look like. I will be making the spikes a little bit shorter. Not quite sure where I'm going with this, but we're just going to give it a go. I am going to try some things with green stuff. Not sure how that's going to work out for me, but we'll find out in this video as we're making it. So the items and equipment I will be needing to make this spiked mace will be an X-Acto blade. I do have a small hand saw that I will be using, but I think the X-Acto blade is going to be the better bet. Some toothpicks and some super glue. You're also going to have to find yourself a bead that is the right size and is not too out of shape, because I know when I was using some of my beads, the center hole for them did not look very centered, and the beads didn't look so round. Some of them were almost like egg-shaped or just off a bit, maybe because I bought some cheap beads. But I just end up using some sandpaper on it eventually to roughen it up so the super glue will hold on really good, and try to reshape the bead if it's a little off. I will be using some time lapse in this video to speed things up, but I hope you sit back and enjoy this video. So the spiked mace was starting to look really good. All the toothpick tips dried very well and seemed to be pretty strong. I did use a bit of that adhesive spray that you can use with super glue to enhance the strength of the super glue, and it seemed to work pretty good. So then I decided time to get the old green stuff out and make a thin sheet of it and try to push it through the spikes and try to mold this and pray I don't break any spikes. So as I was applying the green stuff to the spiked mace, I realized I was going to have to be very gentle with this and very careful. So as I was pushing the green stuff through the spikes, it seemed to be working pretty good. The only thing about green stuff is it can be very tacky. And I knew that was going to be a problem, as you can see. And then eventually, one spike breaks, no big deal. Then 2 spikes break. And then after that, I just said, forget it. This isn't going to work out. We're going to have to approach this in a different way. So my next option was to pull off all the spikes, pull off the green stuff, and put a layer of green stuff over the bead and put in the spikes that way. And it seemed to work out pretty good. Later on, I had to use some super glue to hold some of the spikes in place, hopefully permanently, and get this done. So here it is, the completed mace for my cleric. I hope you guys will stick around for future videos, and remember to ring that like button like a hunchback.